gloomy old day to start off with. Anyway, we passed the Headland Hotel and scampered across a windswept Fistral Beach. Lots of surfing related activity here, but only a few surfers out this morning. Back up onto the cliff top road, enjoyed a topograph there. A bit further on, I really enjoyed seeing a potential place for Emma and me to stay in the future, Newquay Lodge, which a rugged position high above the cliffs and at the quiet end of Newquay, it has to be said. I think you're paying a couple of £100 for a double room for a night, but in high season, but a place worth considering for a future trip. Anyway, on we went with our destination for today. We're aiming for Holywell and the sand dunes down there. Morning walking fans, Pentire Point, an exhilarating morning's walking, very windy, not heavy rain but a persistent rain, and if you can't hear this I will continue future videos through the medium of mime. Well, it sure was blowing on Pentire Point, when it's technically speaking on Pentire Point East. So we made our way from Pentire Point East across some rather bleak moorland, low scrub sort of headland area towards the cosy suburbs of Pentire itself. Checked out the crossing we had to make of the Gannel and looked beyond to Crantock, where there's a lovely beach at the mouth of the River Gannel and some nice sand dunes, although at the moment it all looks a bit bleak. Well, here's an SWCP highlight. We're in the River Gannel Valley, the estuary, the tidal estuary. So a classic example again of a drowned river valley. All this lovely beach sand well up a valley. I mean the mouth of the river is a good mile away from me, a mile to the west of me. A couple of dogs enjoying the river. And we've got a little SWCP highlight to do here, which is to get across on the tidal bridge. So this will be flooded at high tide. You can have a much longer route round. And obviously this time of year, even though it's approaching mid-May, the ferry, the summer ferry, doesn't define a day like this as summer and is almost certainly not operating. Didn't see any signs for it, so that's a good sign it's not working. So here we go, here's the next of many SWCP highlights. Here we go, walking fans, Andy to the rear, across the mighty Gannel. Could do with a few missing planks just to liven things up a bit. Let's be honest, it's not exactly river bloody Nile you're crossing, so if you fall in it's not terribly deep. It's deepest around the bits where the struts are. But what a cracking way to get across the river. Better than a road bridge, that's for sure. Not quite up there with the ferry. The ferry is the top thing. There's this rather nice beacon-esque thing here to warn us we're on the, I can never remember, is it left starboard? I think left is starboard, right is port out, starboard home, posh. Having a bit of dune time now as we get onto the south side of the Camel estuary. You may be able to hear the roar of the surf over the top of the dunes. So these are quite well established dunes here. Pentire and Trudged behind me. Some modern stuff, but nice bit of dune country. And easy walk, very easy walking today, and it's going to stay that way. I've only got 3.5 miles to go, and it's not even noon. Lovely dune lands, south of Newquay, just south of the Camel estuary. The perfect terrain for golf, in my opinion. Well, walking fans, if I had to pick a favourite surface to walk on, it probably would be this. So this is the sand dune environment, which is got this lovely short-bladed fescue grass on. The perfect turf for playing an iron shot from, if you're any good, of course. There is nothing like clipping a 5-iron off turf like this and seeing it soar towards the green and nestle down by the pin. Alas, something that I rarely saw. Almost time to celebrate our crossing of the Gannel. The sun came out as we walked past the village of Crantock on the lovely dune land that overlooks yet another gorgeous Cornish beach, Crantock Beach. Enjoyed very much just standing here looking out to the blue sky, the blue sea and the lovely surf. What a great spot this was. Anyway, we walked on towards Pentire Point West. Well, I've no idea why this particular bay or narrow cove is called Port Joke, or as the locals say, Polly Joke, but it did remind me of a favourite Blue Oyster Cult song called Flaming Telepaths, which contains the line, "The joke's on you," or is the joke on me? It's a fantastic song anyway, and one I think about often, and one of my favourite albums, Secret Treaties, from back in the 1970s. So I thought very much of Blue Oyster Cult as I walked through this lovely spot on our way to Holywell, and it's got to be song for the day, hasn't it? That's a nice babble, gurgle. So after rounding Kelsey Head, Andy and me headed to Holywell, its beautiful dune system. We lunched amongst them actually in the glorious late summer sun, and look forward very much to the walking ahead. Holywell named after St. Cuthbert, who has a holy well right here. Well, a few hours ago it was like this on Towan Head. By the time we've completed our walk at Holywell and doubled back to Towan Head, the sun was out, and what a different scene from first thing this morning when we headed southwards across Fistral and on towards the Gannel. Great days, great half days walking. Can't wait till the next instalment.